Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Olivia and I'm a homeschool mom of 3, and I am so excited because it has been a hot minute since I have filmed and posted a YouTube video. And so in today's video, that's actually what we're going to be talking about, just a little bit of a life update and my goals going into 2024, even though tomorrow is February 1st, so we're already a month in. And then I'm also going to be sharing a little snippet of a video I filmed yesterday of just a day in our homeschool day and to take you along with us on that and what that looks like. So if you want to hear all the new things and see a little bit of what our homeschool day is like, then stick around. Okay, so to get started, I'm not gonna drag this video out, but just a little bit of why my videos kind of died out a little bit. I did a fall decorating video, a Christmas decorating video, and then that was pretty much it through the fall and well, I mean, we're still in winter, but through the holiday time really. And so the reason for that is I went to work part-time, not very many hours through the week. It was just 9 hours a week. But of course we homeschool, so my kids are here. My kids went to a private Christian school prior to being homeschooled, and I worked there as well. And so they called and needed a little bit of help in the kitchen, and so I went back and was working just about 9 hours a week. So that started in September. And so pretty much from that, my time was limited and I wasn't able to film a whole lot for YouTube. So that is why I have not been releasing as many videos. Well, it's partially why. Then you hit the holidays. December was kind of crazy for my family. My husband, I, and my kids, all 3 of them got COVID for the very first time, the very first week of December. So that was new for us. And then my grandmother also passed away literally while I had COVID, which was really nerve-wracking because I was extremely close to my grandmother. And even though we live in California and they live in Alabama, you know, I haven't always lived in California. And so I lived in Georgia till I was 14. So my grandparents were always there for everything. And then even since we moved to California until her health got bad, they would come out and see us in California regularly. And I tried to go back and see them as much as I could, which is not near as much as I would have liked. But anyway, I was very close to her, and it was one of those where it was like, okay, I got to get this COVID out so I can go to Alabama and be there with family. And it all worked out well. So we had that through the holidays. So there was just a lot going on that limited my time on being able to make YouTube videos. So with all that being said, I was supposed to continue to work at the school for the remainder of the school year. And after Christmas break and school started back, I went back to work at the school, and it was just too much. So I am no longer working at the school. It was too much for my kids. It was too much for me. And then of course, it took away time for all the things that I really want to do throughout my days. So I am no longer working at the school. I'm home fully, and it's so fantastic. I've been home for 2 weeks now with just worrying about my priorities in the home. And it's been really great. So that's kind of the reasons why I haven't been putting out videos lately. And so with the new year and a fresh start, one of my goals is to start putting out videos very consistently. That's a commitment I've made to myself, and hopefully I will be able to hold to. So I will be doing that regularly now. And it's kind of cool because when I first started 7 months ago, my full intention was to do homeschool. And then, but I love doing stuff to my house. In fact, me and my husband live very modestly. However, if I had the means, my house would probably look pretty ridiculous. I'd be changing it all the time. It would probably drive my husband nuts. So it's probably better this way. But I love decorating my house, redoing it. I'm not a person for change, really. Actually, I don't handle change very well. But I do love to change my house up all the time. So I do have some plans coming up for that. And so I'll probably be posting about all of that. I need to redo my master bedroom, and there's plans hopefully within the next 2 months of doing that. I mean, even if you look at my video, you can see I have a broken plate right here on my outlets. My baseboards are all banged up. My walls are just terrible. So it's been, I think, 10 years since I've painted my master bedroom, and it is time to do it. So we're going to be doing that. I want to paint walls, paint, trim, baseboards, all that's going to get done. My baseboards really need to be replaced, but I don't know that I'm ready to take on that task quite yet. So that will be going on soon. My daughter's room is also going to be completely redone soon. And so I have plans to film both of those. And then I will be starting my first vegetable garden this spring, and which is coming up. Like spring is right around the corner. So it's time to get plans going on that. So I'm going to be filming that. So if you're interested to see a beginner gardener who has no clue what she's doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. And on top of that, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I live in the desert in California. We have an extremely dry climate. It's very windy. It's dirt. So gardening in our climate is different than gardening in the majority of the climate around our country. So I'm also not just learning how to garden for the first time, but I'm learning how to garden in a dry climate with a very tough ground. So, I don't know. Well, we're gonna see how that goes, and I think it's gonna be great. I want to start growing my own vegetables and my own herbs. And we do live in a climate where fruit trees are pretty, do very well. So eventually I would like to plant fruit trees, but I don't think that's going to happen this spring. So anyway, I'm going to take you guys along for all of that. And then you're going to see more homeschooling. And I would really like to make that the focus of this channel. That was my initial idea, and that's something that I would like to focus more on. So that's a little bit of a life update. Things are changing around here. My kids have always been in baseball and softball, but we're adding new stuff to it. My spring will be a little more tame this year. My boys decided to not play this season. So my daughter's in softball, so I only got 1 instead of 3, which if your kids play baseball or softball, you know that is the craziest sport, even when they're little. Like, it's insane. They have 3 practices a week. So when you're doing 3 practices multiplied by however many children you have, I mean, it's insane. And like, I grew up playing softball. I love softball, but being a parent, man, it's tough. And me and my husband do not let sports run our lives, for sure. Like, that is not the priority in our family. It's fun for my kids, and it's a social activity that they can participate in. But aside from that, like, I don't have any, MLB players that I'm raising. So it's crazy. But we're trying new things now. We are doing basketball, which is not new for my family. We're a basketball family through and through. But my daughter this is her 2nd year playing currently. And then my 7-year-old, he played for the first time. My oldest is so not interested in basketball. But with that being said, I'm also coaching both of their teams. So we're in basketball currently. We are in horse riding lessons for the first time with my daughter, and my boys are in karate now for the first time. So there's a lot going on, but I love it. And but I love it because I get to be home with them, and I get to do the mom things, and I don't have other things taking up my time and my energy. So it's great because I get to give 100% of my time and 100% of my energy to my husband and my kids. And I think that is my favorite thing about being a stay-at-home mom and a homeschool mom is I've worked, I've had my kids in school, and then we've homeschooled, and I'm here with them with no job. And so I've experienced them both. I handle them completely different. And my favorite is just being home and being able to focus along with my husband on raising them, doing things with them, giving them a good childhood, and really teaching them the importance of family and being invested in each other's lives. So it's a great time. It's a great time. So I'm excited for this year. 2023 was a very, very rough year for my family. We've never experienced like a close loss. I've lost a grandfather and my mamaw in 2018. But they were both, hard, but expected. And so though it was tough, it was okay. This last year we experienced the death of my brother-in-law. He was only 40 years old, and that was very unexpected. And he left behind my sister and her 4 kids. So, and then losing my grandmother in December. So last year was a really rough year for my whole family. Not just those 2 things, but there are many things. My dad went through some health issues. He had a mini stroke back in November. So there was just a lot going on for us last year. So this year, hopefully health-wise, we have a much better year. So we're already off to a good start. My brother and my sister-in-law had their 7th baby last week. And so there's a new nephew now that I have 8, there's 18 altogether. I have 15 nieces and nephews on my side of the family. So we welcomed a new nephew last week. And so I only got to see him through FaceTime, but I will get to hopefully hold him here soon in the next couple of months. Anyway, enough about that. So that is a little bit of a life update. That's a little bit of where my goals sit as regarding this channel and what this new year is gonna look like. And I promise you I am going to be much more consistent. So I hope you guys stick around. I hope you stay around, even though it's been a while since I've posted. I'm going to insert a little clip from our day yesterday, just what it looks like, if you care to see that kind of stuff. I know that I enjoy it, watching moms with their kids and just their daily routines and everything. So I'm gonna insert that in here right after this. But if you would please like this video, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. It would be so great. So hopefully we can start out this year strong. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. So always to start my day, I make my bed first thing every single morning. I'm always up at 6:45. My husband is usually gone for work by then. He commutes to work, so he's up early and out the door. So the first thing I do when I wake up is make my bed. I've always been like that, and I just feel like it helps me to start my day off on a good foot. So that's all I'm doing here, picking up a little bit about in my bedroom. And I do all this before I wake my kids. Usually my kids, I wake them up at 8 o'clock. So I have a good hour and 15 minutes when I'm up to kind of do what I want to do before I get my kids out of bed. And that's always really nice and enjoyable for me to have that quiet time. And I'm not really a huge coffee drinker, but as long as I have specific stuff for my coffee, I will drink coffee. So that's what I'm making here. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't like dairy-free creamers, like almond milk creamers or oat milk creamers. I don't like all that stuff. I just feel like it doesn't make my coffee taste normal. So I just whip together a little bit of Lactaid, and I love Irish cream coffee syrup. So that's all I've got together in here with my cold brew. I have gotten the kids up, and I'm getting them some breakfast. Now we mix it up with breakfast. Sometimes I make them breakfast, French toast, pancakes, biscuits, eggs. And then on other mornings, a lot of mornings, we just have cereal and oatmeal, instant oatmeal. That's what we're doing here. My boys are huge cereal and oatmeal eaters, so it's a simple breakfast this morning. Right here, I'm just throwing in a load of laundry. I always try to get a load started every single morning. I feel like that helps me keep caught up on my laundry. So while my kids eat breakfast, I'm just putting a load in the washing machine right here. And then every morning, as my kids eat breakfast or getting ready for the day, brushing their teeth, getting dressed, I always like to come into our schoolroom before them and write all their assignments on the board. I have a teacher's planner, and every Sunday I will sit and take the time to write out our assignments and plans for the week in that. And then each morning I will just look through my planner, and from what I have planned for that day, I'll go ahead and write it out fully on the board for my kids, so that there's no questions about what assignments they're doing, what page, what lesson they're on. They can always just look at the board if I'm not in there with them, and know what to do next. On this particular day, our weather was absolutely amazing. It was 70 degrees outside, so I have my windows open. That is so rare for us in January. It's been an extremely mild winter for us. We live about 45 minutes from the mountains up in Big Bear, and they've hardly had any snow at all. And so we decided to do our school in the living room today by the window. And we do math and English every single day. And we rotate our history and our science. So today was a history day. Azariah and Brooke both do geography. And so typically we start school at 9 o'clock, and it will usually take us about an hour and a half for our core subjects. And we always do those first. I think my kids prefer getting those things out of the way. And then we will typically take a nice break, a good long break after we're done with core subjects. And we will later in the day come back and finish with spelling or handwriting, our reading time. And my two older kids are currently reading Stuart Little for Azariah, and Brooke is reading Charlotte's Web. So they'll spend a little bit of time reading those on their own. And I'll read with Ronan. He is still trying to get the reading down, but we'll sit together and spend a little bit of time with our core subjects all at the same time.
Sorry, these are like...
Look at my face. You need to stop being silly. Do you hear me? It's time to sit here and be still and stop being silly and do our math. Okay.
Mom.
So what's 11 minus 7?
Four. Mom, this is the last thing I want to show you. Watch this.
I know, but I've seen the movie about Bruce Lee.
Huh?
I've seen a movie about Bruce Lee.
That's what it looked like.
All right, Ronan. Now our 3 doesn't have anything to subtract, so we bring it down. So what is 410 minus 70?
410.
No.
Mom, did you know
We just got the answer.
Did you know a German tailor named Levi Strauss?
Hold on, Brooke.
I'm sorry.
Sit here. Crisscross applesauce. Be still. Okay, what?
Did you know a German tailor named Levi Strauss invented blue jeans?
Well, he's the inventor of the Levi jeans. The boys have Levi's.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, what a world.
Okay, get over here, sit by me. Okay, now stop goofing around. Look at your paper. You're having focusing issues. No, we're not going to cry about it. So what is 410 minus 70?
340.
Yes. So the biggest thing that I have learned about homeschooling multiple children is it can be extremely challenging trying to do all 3 of their school at one time. You have 3 different children, 3 different ages with different grade levels all going on at the same time. And I think this can be one of the biggest challenges, is trying to help all of them with their schoolwork at the same time when they need you at different times. And even here, they're doing different subjects. Azariah is doing his history on the laptop, Ronan's doing his math, and Brooke is doing her English. So we've got 3 different subjects going on at different times. And, you know, obviously they all require my attention at certain points, and having to be patient and kind of bounce back and forth between the 3 and give them what they need while also teaching them to sit still and focus on their work can definitely be challenging, but I love it. I love their questions and their excitement with learning. And honestly, My boys in particular get their busyness from me. I've always been like that. Can't sit still. My brain is going a million miles an hour. I have a hard time focusing on one thing. So I can't necessarily be mad at them for it because they get it from me. But this is what a typical day of homeschooling looks like. It's very mellow. I try to just have a nice, peaceful day every single day with my kids. They're not all this calm all the time, but they're pretty simple as far as how our day runs. And I just love it so much. I love that I get to be home with them doing this.